All right, welcome back to Game 12 post-game press conference of the 2023 SEC Baseball Tournament. Representing Arkansas tonight are SEC Coach of the Year Dave Van Horn, along with starter Hagen Smith, reliever Hunter Hollan, and second baseman Peyton Holt. We're going to get an opening statement from Coach, and then we'll take questions just for the student-athletes first. Coach?
Obviously, it was a really good win for our team. You got to give LSU's pitching credit. They did a really good job with us for most of the ball game as they held us to that, that one inning. But we put together a big inning and got, a couple of, or at least one really big hit, catcher's interference in there, and just able to capitalize on a couple of things. But on our side of the ball, we played great defense. I thought that Peyton Holt made a super smart heads-up play on the double play ball. He knew he couldn't get the double play at first. The ball was hitting the hole a little bit, and he spun and made a perfect throw. Heads-up play by Callie being there at the bag waiting, and I think that really slowed him down. But to me, the story was our two pitchers. I thought they did a great job. I mean, between the two of them, we didn't have to field a lot of balls. I think we struck out 17, 18 guys somewhere in there, and we fielded all the other ones. So just a really good team win, and get an opportunity to rest a little bit tomorrow.
All right, we'll take questions for the student-athletes. Please raise your hand and wait to be called on the back right.
Joe Healy, D1 Baseball. Peyton, how important was it early in that game, even in innings when you didn't score, that you guys saw a lot of Skeen's pitches and were able to run his pitch count up and get a good look at him?
It's really important, especially against a guy like that in this kind of game. We had a really good approach, prior to the game that we talked about, and Tavian's first AB kind of set that tone, and I think he did a really good job seeing pitches, and it just kind of trickled down the lineup, and I think we did a really good job against him.
In the front, left.
This is for Hagen and then Hollan. I guess going the order you guys pitched. When you guys beat him in Baton Rouge, it was reversed roles. What did you think about the fact you guys comboed up to beat him twice? And what was it like starting against him? And Hunter, I think that was your first relief appearance. Well, do you remember the last time you came in relief, and what was it like? You not only came in relief, you came with the bases loaded. I mean, what was that like? But Hagen, if you could take that first, and then Hunter. And I had a quick question for Peyton too, if that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, me and Hunter actually talked about that this morning at practice when we were taking BP. We were talking about how the roles were switched. And I thought Hunter did an amazing job today, honestly, coming behind me and just pounding the zone and getting me the outs.
Yeah, that was my first time coming out of the bullpen since probably junior year of high school. So it wasn't really any different. You just got to come in with the mindset that I'm going to compete in the zone and go with the game plan that you want. And we had a really good game plan the first time we played them, and we kind of stuck to that, and it worked out.
And then Peyton, could you describe, I guess, what was going through your mind that snap throw to third, and just kind of go through it through your mind and getting them? That was obviously a huge play.
We've never actually worked on that play, and it's just one of those things you keep in your back pocket, especially as a second baseman. Like, you're not going to get the guy at first, and it was just something that I knew that I could do, and I did it, and it worked out. It was really big for us.
All right, in the second row on the left.
Hi, Hagen. This is Leah Van from the Baton Rouge Advocate. I just wanted to know, what was your game plan against LSU's lineup? You've faced them multiple times past 2 years, so I'm just curious to know that.
Don't tell him too much.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, for me, it's just my biggest thing is attacking the zone, try to get my pitch count low. I mean, they did a good job against me. They got me out of the game pretty fast, so they did a good job, but I feel like I pitched pretty decent, too.
On the front row on the right, Jacques.
Jacques Doucet, WAFB-TV in Baton Rouge. Peyton, offensively, the approach. Skeens obviously has dominated pretty much the entire season. We hadn't seen him struggle very much, but he said obviously his pitch count got up, and so what did you guys do at the plate?
I mean, we just try to get on that heater. I mean, it's really good. It's a really good pitch, and I think we did a good job of that. Kind of put in a keyhole, not chasing anything outside the zone, and Tavian's at bat showed that for sure. And then we just did that the whole way up and down the lineup, and I think it worked out.
Right here in the center.
Hollan, Dylan Stewart with the Arkansas Traveler. Pretty successful night from the mound against a really dangerous team offensively. What was working for you and what wasn't?
Yeah, just really just executing pitches down in the zone. Getting strike one is probably the biggest thing, and I think that's something that me and Hagen both did pretty good. And once you get strike one, it kind of opens up to where you can pitch a little bit, and you have to against a lineup like that. You can't get behind often because they're not going to miss. So, yeah, I'd say getting strike one and then executing pitches.
In the front row on the left.
I kind of had a multi-parter. Hunter, when did you know that the plan was for you to come in and pitch in relief, and what was your reaction when you first heard about it?
Yeah, it was yesterday. Just before they put McIntyre in the game, and Coach Hobbs came over to me and just asked, "Can you go tomorrow?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I didn't know what he meant by starting or coming out of the pen, and he kind of clarified that after the game, and I was excited because it was something different.
And then maybe Hagen could take us, and then Hunter, what have you guys thought about what Peyton's giving y'all defensively, but also he's hitting about 400, and obviously Stovall is such a big part of your team, and Peyton's come in and really filled in well. What Hagen and then maybe Hunter, what are your thoughts on Peyton?
Yeah, I mean, it sucks to have Stovall go down for the year. It's a really big part of our lineup. But, I mean, Peyton Holt's been amazing for us. Every defense, offense, he's been really good for us down the way.
Yeah, I'd say it's been unbelievable the plays that it was a guy that came off the bench and had to step up, and he did. He swung it unbelievable. He's swinging it unbelievable, and the plays that he's making in the field are huge.
All right, Hagen, Hunter, and Peyton, congratulations. I'll excuse you now and take questions for Coach.
Thank you.
All right, Bob.
I guess, Dave, when did y'all decide to use Hunter in relief? And did you have any misgivings? Were you concerned? Because he not only comes in relief, but he comes in with the bases loaded when he's been starting. He said he hadn't relieved since junior high. Kind of what went into that, and did you have any second thoughts before it obviously worked out well?
Yeah, we decided a couple days ago that there was a possibility that we would, go this way if we won game one, got in the winner's bracket, because if you lose, you're thinking about, I got to get some of my starters some work and get them ready for the next weekend. So if you win, you got at least two more games, and we just felt like if we had a chance to win the game today, let's go ahead and bring Hunter in. And at the time, we felt like we had a chance to win the game, and I think we were down a couple runs and wanted to see how he could handle it, and I thought he did a tremendous job.
On the left, on the second row.
Hey, Coach, Cookie Riley from the Lafayette Daily Advertiser. What was your sort of view on the catcher's interference play?
Catcher's interference. He hit his glove when he swung. I mean, the amazing thing was he hit his glove. We heard it. We saw it. And the ball still made it to the outfield. So if he hadn't hit his glove, he might have hit it over his head the way we look at it. Other people look at it a different way. But he definitely hit his glove. I don't know if that big board replay showed you could really see, but we knew immediately that he hit his glove.
On the far right, second row.
Dave, you've been here many years now, and tonight was a matchup of the two pitchers that were the first team All-SEC pitchers. Neither of them makes it out of the fourth. I know that a lot's changed in baseball, but is that an approach thing, the way that you guys are now approaching the tournament, or do you think the offenses were able to really take it to them today?
Well, I think both offenses dictated a little bit whether you're going to go 4 or 5, but, I've talked with one of their coaches today in passing, and, I got the impression that they were thinking like we were, that, we weren't going to throw Hagen more than 70 pitches, whether it took 3 innings, 5 innings, or whatever. I see on here it says 76. We thought he threw 70 on the nose, but and you could see he wanted to stay in. He wasn't done. I mean, he deserved to get that last out if he could, or out last 2 outs maybe. And anyway, it's how do we don't want to tax anybody. We want to be ready to play next weekend. And 10 weeks in a row in this league, and you come to this tournament, it's you got to be careful. And so I think I think both teams were being cautious with their guys, and that was the plan. They weren't going to throw Paul Skeens 105 pitches, and we weren't going to throw Hagen 100. So I think it's just the way you should take care of guys to get ready for regionals.
All right, in the center, in front row.
Can you just briefly walk us through the massive fourth inning with 5 runs?
Well, I mean, obviously I don't remember everything, but I do remember catcher's interference with the bases loaded. I also remember a ground ball base up the middle that gave us a 3-run lead. There was a lot of things that led up to that. I know we batted around that inning. There was a couple of walks. I think maybe hit by pitch. I'm not sure 100%, but I thought that we did a good job of just kind of manufacturing a couple of things. And then, you know, Paul Skeens is such a good pitcher, it's hard to get that big hit on him, and we never really got it. Things just kind of went our way there a little bit.
Right here in the front.
Yeah, Dave, I don't have the numbers in my head, but, you know, Jace has not been, you know, he was hitting better earlier, I'll put it that way. How big a hit, what did you see on that at bat where he got the big, RB, I guess, two-run single, and just what did you think of it, how big that was?
Well, just that he didn't pull off on the ball, and I think it was, at that time, was it left on left, and, you know, he hit the ball through the middle, and they were kind of playing him to pull, and he almost hit it right at the normal 4-hole spot. And when he hit it, we realized it was going to go through, and obviously gave us a little cushion. But he has been struggling. He had a home run at Vandy, and that was his only hit in 3 games, I think. And he's had a lot of runners on in front of him, and he's had such a good year for us that obviously we've got to get him going if we're going to have some success, you know, next weekend. And hopefully that'll kick him into gear a little bit.
And LSU beats a lot of people everywhere. They beat a lot of people in Hoover. You know, they obviously have the home crowd. I think they'd beaten you all here 6 straight times. And like I say, they beat everybody. I know that. But how nice was it to turn the tables on that and beat them in front of their big crowd?
Well, you know all the stats, Bob. I'm just can't get anything by you. I had no idea. I mean, it's nice to win the game. There were a lot of LSU people here. We saw it when we drove up. I mean, they were standing out there with a lot of purple, and we're used to it. Yeah, it's great to win the game. To me, it's not all about all the other stuff. It's about playing good today, and let's try to win today and advance. And that's the way I coach our team. I don't like to rah-rah a whole lot. I want our guys to have fun, but I don't want it over the top because you got to play again shortly, and there's a good opportunity to play them again. So looking forward to playing on Saturday, whoever it is.
All right, Coach. Well, we appreciate your time, and congratulations on the victory.
Okay.